What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So we're back on the Civic build. So it's been a while since I've updated a video. I'm kind of doing little stuff here and there. Probably should be filming, but I'm not. It's just as I have time at night for an hour or so. So last video, it was running. I kind of had a small downpipe section on it. It was still needing the cooling system bled, yada yada yada. So I'll give you a little update on what I've done. So cooling system's bled now. I put a 9295 Civic overflow. I got the bracket from the junkyard. So the overflow's issue that's there is addressed. It's kind of ugly-ish, but it works. This is kind of more form over function, or however the heck that goes, or function over form. Excuse me. I was having some issues with it not being able to cool itself down. So actually what I ended up having to do, sorry the lighting's kind of poor, but I actually went to a OEM Radiator fan. As most people know, it covers the whole radiator, so it's got a big shroud, and now it cools it down. As soon as the fan kicks on, within 10-15 seconds, back down to where it needs to be. So highly suggest running a stock fan. These Chinese little mini fans, at least in my experience, don't pull enough air. I believe these are rated at like 12 or 1300 CFM, where your average little fans maybe like 800 or so. So there can be some issues with that. A few extra CFM really does matter. Let's see, what else? I can't remember if I had mentioned it in the other video, but on the JDM cars and the dual overcam cars, there's a bump in the hood. Well, I can't actually run a timing cover because the timing cover and the hood contact. So I took the upper half of the timing cover off, and then I had to reroute the clutch cable to the back side of the engine. And then that's kind of mostly on that. It's the only thing I really had to change around. I still need to work on tucking some of the wires and stuff away. I'm still slowly doing stuff. I just want to get it running, you know, just so when it comes to time to go to the dyno, I don't have any issues. So we'll come up, I guess we'll talk about the manifold. So I got the wastegate on. The dump is just coming up to where the old exhaust used to be. This is temporarily, because eventually I'm going to get a whole new hood. Eventually this car is going to get a whole repaint and stuff, but eventually I'm going to get a new hood. So this is temporarily how it's going to be, because with the setup, there's not a whole lot of room for a dump pipe in here. So eventually I'll bring it down and it'll snake through here and come out at the bottom. Intercooler's all mounted up nice and firm. We have sorry, it's one of my neighbors hooting and hollering. I got an air filter on, just 3-inch. I'm not in love with how it's set up, but it works for right now. I might eventually just get a pretty sharp 90 and bring it out the front here, but for right now it works. I got the wastegate plumbed up. It's just a towel, or how the heck you say it, Chinese knockoff. It barely closes, like the hood closes, but with how short the front ends are and stuff, and the tilt of the engine, it's a pretty tight fit. So luckily that works. Other than that, I guess I'll kind of show the exhaust. So eventually I'm going to go back to running a relatively full exhaust. I got the downpipe made, heat wrapped it. It's got a flex joint. I don't know if you can kind of see. And then currently it's just got like a foot of pipe with a 90 on it, because I haven't got around to finishing the exhaust yet. Still trying to figure out a muffler situation. What I wanted, if I want to go all the way out the back or go out the side like I had on my previous setup. And then I did order, I have a tunable ECU, you can chip it, but I went and got it's called Cobra RTP. It's kind of like Honda. but a lot less. And then a friend of mine has a tuning software. It's called Honda Tuning Solutions. It's a free download. It's similar to Honda and stuff like that. So that should be here sometime next week. We'll go through getting that in there, and then I'll be able to kind of figure out some of the, because right now it idles at like 10.0 AFR, so it's super rich. So I need to get some of that stuff dressed out before I even attempt to take it to the dyno. I want to have everything, just like I said, good, ready to go. I did get the front end back on. Still waiting on a few clips, but this is an 87, but it's got an 85 front clip. All the header panel and the recessed headlights and the EDM corners, the smoked corners. I am waiting on a new lip, so I'll show you guys that when it gets here. We'll probably do an install video on that because there's not a lot of lip options for these, so it'll be a good one. But other than that, it runs fine. Like I said, it needs a tune. I need to change oil again on it because this is still the brake-in oil. Need to bleed the brakes. And then my interior is a little on the thrown together side. It's just got stuff kind of just thrown everywhere. But I'll get it back to shining like a diamond in a goat's ass type deal. But yeah, I just want to give you guys a little update on where I'm at. And just like to say thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys later.